How are we all doing, everyone? Hope you are keeping well out there. Oh, there, over there. Any scandal, boys and girls? Oh, I think I should move that up a bit, actually. Oh. I don't know enough. Right enough. I'm not seeing you since last year. I haven't seen any of you since last year, but you believe that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The whole year has passed. And this seems a little bit lower than it was last year. Tuck that up there. That's a bit better. So, Audio Al's in the chat. How are you, Audio Al? I hope you're keeping well. Good to see you. Let's see who else we have here. Did everyone have a good night last night? We had a very quiet night, just myself and ourselves. We watched a film and went to bed around 1 o'clock. We don't really do the whole New Year's thing now, to be honest. We've kind of gone past that, so it doesn't do anything for us, really, you know. Grid Runner Shaq is here as well. Hello, Jerry BVR. Hello, Jerry. And Kevy Bay is here as well. Hello, Kev. So there's a few here. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Let's see. How do you zoom out? Oh, yeah. L for loser. There we are. That's a bit better. I don't want to be right up on your 55-inch TV there, you know. A winter wonderland. These will be coming down again soon for next year. It went by quick, didn't it? Norman Donnelly. Kev Bay. Radio Archives. I think that's a new one on us. If it is, I'm not sure. Is that it is indeed, Audio Al. One of my very generously, one of my Patreons. Well, they're not patrons. I don't have patrons. One of my subscribers kindly donated wireless microphone, a new camera system, and a few other bits for the cause. It's Tallman T-Bone. The T-Bone. It's a DS16T for those of you playing at home. Yeah, the gentleman who got the equipment for us is in that sort of industry, so it was very good of him. Anyway, I won't mention his name. I don't know if he wants me to publicly thank him or not. Robert Cross, a new one here. Excellent. Welcome aboard, Robert. I hope you're keeping well too. Yeah, so we're very grateful for that. This we only, I don't know, Audio Al, maybe you weren't around for a while, but I actually missed you in the chats, to be honest. I had even said to Mrs. Odgenodge, I wonder where Audio Al is these days, but you're probably busy. But yeah, I got the camera. I can show you the camera. And how can I show you the camera? Let me see. I can show you the camera by doing this. You know, it's all high tech here. You think of that little fella? It's an Obsbot 4K. Yeah, you see, they're looking at yourselves now. Mounty, a very happy new year to you, Mr. Mounty. Great to have you aboard. You're busy over Christmas. Well, it's better to be busy than bored, Al. I'll give you that. JJ, you confuse me posting that video. Oh, yes, the video on the XH Data. Well, actually, I had made that video a couple of days ago, and I had forgot to put it up. An odd one. Should I spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen? I won't say anything. I won't say anything. Live. Oh, yeah. By the way, that reminds me, Mr. Mooney, I am also on Top Chat. Live chat. Now we're in the business. Thank you very much, Roundy. See, Roundy has the blue spanner for a reason. He's really earning his keep there. Thanks very much, Roundy. Roundy, Jesus Christ, I've forgotten how to speak. Roundy plays a blinder in the moderator role, which he very kindly took on. It was kind of foisted upon him here one night because the chat was, once you get sort of 20 or 30 people in a live chat, you kind of need someone to be there ready to click things and so on and forth. So we sort of had a little live poll. Should Roundy Mooney be a moderator? And of course, a resounding yes. So that's how he got the job. It wasn't that he volunteered for it. every Roundy vote, there was one vote for no. And it was Roundy. Good evening, Mr. Donaldson. Yes. Poor old Roundy got thrown in there. So anyway, he plays blinder. And we've Baskib as well. Happy New Year. So we're doing well. Robert Cross. Of course I'm happy you subscribed. I'm always happy to have a new subscriber. Doesn't matter who you are. We've all sorts of people subscribe to us here. All sorts. That's great. Well, Robert, I know Robert's a big fan of Radio Cruncher. Which is good. Like politician, anyone who wants to be a mod should never be let do it. Well, there you go, Jerry. I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. But Roundy certainly is the man for the role. Wonderful stuff. Bards.ie for people overseas who may not be aware, excuse me. I don't know how you could describe Bards.ie. How could you describe Bards.ie? Roundy. Brutal. George, did you see any on me lives the last couple of days? I didn't, because I've been out and about every day, more or less. Except for today, I wasn't out. I caught a few minutes of your live today, actually. I didn't really have time because I'm painting a bedroom here at the minute and getting it ready. We're up to our bleeding eyes, to be honest. So I'm not having much time to do anything. For anyone who doesn't know, although I'm sure everyone here knows, George Donaldson, Echo India 7 Kilo Oscar, has a YouTube channel himself where he, among many things, restores and overhauls CB radios for people. And well worth having a look at. Who else have we got here? We've got a big crowd in tonight, 30 already. That's good going. And it's not even 9 o'clock. We've got Ray Bourne in here as well. We've Underscore, the famous Underscore. Patrick Bourne. So yeah, no, we've a good few in here. We've 31 in here now. Where are y'all coming from? Now, of course, I am one of those people because I always watch the live on my phone here beside me, so I know if I'm getting out or not. If it goes tits up, I know pretty quick. Let me see. I have to try to keep up with the live chat as well. On Bards.ie, Roundy Mooney says, a shadow of its former self now, a large conglomeration of individual chat forms. Yes, I suppose that's how you would describe it. It's a bit brutal though, and of course it's tied in with adverts.ie, which is getting to the stage now where it's not even worth looking on adverts.ie. You get the odd bargain on it still, but it's so glitchy, and they obviously don't have stopped spending money on the software end of it and upgrading it and stuff like that, because half the functions don't work or don't work properly. And Dundeel is the same, but I think adverts bought Dundeel, or Dundeel bought adverts, or some such, because when you go to put an ad on adverts, it tells you Do you want to sell your item quicker? €2. You can auto list your thing on Dungdale. And then the same thing on Dundale as well. Do you want to, so when you say, so Dundale will be more for cars and like vintage trucks and buses and tractors and stuff like that. But what you're seeing now on adverts is you see ads for like vintage tractors and stuff on adverts, but they've obviously it's some elbows just hit the button and there's no information or anything on it. And it's just crap. They merged Distilled Media and the Daft Crowd. Yeah. Well, that's sort of a circling the plug hole kind of thing. I can remember years ago up here in Dublin, and I think in Cork as well, maybe Galway, there was free newspapers. So you had Herald AM and you had the Metro. These are two free newspapers. They used to be handed. I know Metro was still a thing in England or London, where they hand out the free newspapers in the tube and that. But the Irish ones anyway, you had Herald AM and you had the Metro. And then after a couple of years, when advertising revenue dried up a bit, they merged into Metro AM. And then 6 months later, it went in the bin. Rowney Mooney tells me adverts was run by volunteers and then they tried to sweat the asset and make money out of it. I left it then. I see, I didn't know that. What annoys me about people that list ads in the free section and then tack a price in the end, yeah, that's cat as well, all right. Facebook Marketplace can be good sometimes. I'm not on Facebook at all, so I'm probably missing out, I know, but be prepared for time wasters and scammers. Yeah, well, you get time wasters and scammers everywhere. I mean, Dundale is a prime location for time wasters and adverts. Both of them are. Marketplace isn't bad. Yeah, don't do Facebook at all. Maybe I should. Yeah. There's too much nonsense on Facebook as well, though. Far too much nonsense on Facebook for my liking. I admin there, I was fairly draconian about it, but trying to protect sellers and buyers was difficult. No, well, that's the only way you have to be. It's like the UK Vintage Radio Forum. I mean, if they weren't as draconian as they are, it would turn into an awful mess. Got a lovely pair of Bose speakers on it lately for a bullseye. Was that on the Facebook Marketplace? I actually have found that Dundale and adverts are drying up. There's not as much stuff up there that there used to be. And I think Facebook Marketplace is obviously replacing the two of those. So I think they will probably, I can see adverts going in the bin at some stage. And like that, they're charging for everything now. You can't even put on it. Well, I think there's very few sections that you can use for free still on adverts. There's a small trickle of stuff on Facebook. It is free, so we can see, oh yeah, well, there you go. If adverts are going to be charging and Facebook isn't going to be charging, well, that's the end of that, isn't it, really? No, because if you went back, say, 10 years ago, or certainly even 6 or 7, adverts was great. I got some great bargains off adverts over the years. Some interesting stuff, picked up the odd television and that. I picked up some amateur radio gear on it, but not anymore. Rowney Mooney says, give me a thumbs up. Do give me a thumbs up. You know the crack. Well, some of you won't because you're new, but I'm only happy when I've got more thumbs up than viewers. That's when I know I'm really doing something right. Norma Donnelly says, let's fix the hair here. I need a haircut. I need a haircut badly. And I've no hairspray left, so, Norman Donnelly says, people on Facebook Marketplace are selling that Prime energy drink for... What is the story with this? I seen something Mrs. Odgnod showed me. People boxing the head off one another in Aldi and Lidl and places like this for this energy drink. Is that the energy drink that they're all after, this Prime stuff? What's it all about? But they're empty. Like, is it laced with cocaine or heroin or something? Why are people so mad for this stuff? Yeah, she showed me a thing. Mrs. Dodge showed me a thing on TikTok there yesterday, and I says, "What part of the boxing the head off on another? What's all that about?" And she says, "Oh, it's this energy drink they're all after." I don't know. I don't get it. Some YouTubers, man, there are two influencers behind it. Influencers only exist in the first place because people are idiots. Yeah, the world is a strange place, Roundy. I don't get it. So what's so wonderful about this stuff? I think it's probably just a can of Monster with a different label on it. Robert Cross is from Ireland as well. So we've plenty of people in Ireland as well. I think we still get more viewers in the UK than Ireland. But I should say, Robert, that, let's see, well, Roundy Mooney there is from Cork. And George Donaldson is from Athlone. And I know we've a few more in here as well. There's a few, but they're the prominent ones. There's nothing unique about it at all. JJ, yeah, no, I shouldn't think so. It's nuts. That Devil's energy drinks, ugh, they were never for me now, I must say. They were never for me. Bloody muck. Mrs. Odge Happy New Year, all just popping in. Yeah, Think Prime is an energy drink. Robert Cross tells us that he has repaired a few vintage radios himself. Good man, Robert. North Midlands, Irish. Good man. How's the scarf? I drank a bottle of it and me hair grew back. Oh, great stuff. Great stuff. I have ordered one of these diesel heaters off AliExpress that everyone is talking about lately, because the price of electricity here is getting a little bit obnoxious. So we're going to see how that works out in a few weeks when it lands here. Paying 40 cents a unit for electricity here at the minute, which isn't wonderful. So with the heater on low, that's 40 cents an hour and the lights on. 50 cents an hour for the privilege of sitting in my shed. They're robbing bastards. Anyway, let us know how it goes. I might do the same. All would worry me is fumes. Yeah, but the thing is, it's a heat exchanger thing, so the fumes are piped outside. They're interesting. I've watched a good few YouTube videos on them, and they look the business. Oh yes, it's mainly Sundays here for the live stream. Mainly Sundays. For the time being, anyway. That could change. The frequency of my lives could change too. We will see. Did you see the video of the Chinese sorting office with the bags stacked 10 foot high in the car park? Oh, there. No, I didn't. I have a diesel heater in my shed. Great joke, but noisy. Well, I was thinking of mounting it outside and running the pipe with the hot air into the shed, you know. On Sundays, except when it isn't. Well, that's it. Everyone got a surprise one there the other day. Friday live out of nowhere. Yes, indeed. They are loud. Have you got one yet, George? I know that. I think they make a ticking noise or something. Is that right? You see, when you're watching it on a YouTube video, you can hear the noise, but it doesn't. It's only when you get it in person you know how loud or not loud it is. Have I not got room for a wood burning stove? I don't, Norman. I barely have room for myself in here. Never mind a wood burning stove. The fan is loud. I will figure it out anyway. If it doesn't work out, I can use it in the other shed. How do you keep the cold damp away from your equipment? Damp isn't really a problem in here at all, Robert. Well, I have a dehumidifier, although since the electricity went up, that doesn't see quite as much use. But humidity stays around 50, maybe 60% in here, so damp isn't an issue. It's a wooden shed, but it's well insulated. So damp isn't a problem, thankfully. Keep your zip closed. Oh, jeez. Oh, wonderful. So how many people have we got here now? We've got 35 people watching. Let's have a look. Participants in the live chat. This is a thing I like to do every now and again. The participants in the live chat at the moment are, and I don't know what I think it's in the last 3 minutes or something. We've got George Donaldson, Jerry BVR, Michael Way, Mrs. Odgenodge, Norman Donnelly, myself, Robert Cross, and Roundy Mooney. Wonderful. Come on, live chat. Takes a while for it to catch back up then. I think the internet might be a little bit slow here tonight for some reason. There we go. Been very, very cold nights. Yeah, it has. There's been some very cold nights here. Well, that hard frost that we had last year, or it was last year, wasn't it? 2 weeks ago. I mean, that was brutal here. Black ice outside the shed here for a week. "36 people watching now." I'll tell you what I'd like everyone to do, because I know there's a lot of people watching who generally don't comment. People who hide in the shadows. If everyone who could just say something in the chat, right? Just type something in the chat, just to see it and say hello. All right. Give it a go. If you've never commented before in the live chat, don't be afraid. Just to say hello. I know there's a few people who don't generally comment in the live stream, but you're more than welcome to. We're a friendly bunch here. Radio Restorations by Colin. Hello. James D. Braithwaite. -8 outside right now. Radio Archives is still here as well. I missed someone as well. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm going to say SciMap. I hope that's probably completely wrong. Anyway, welcome aboard, sir. I only found you today when you popped in on Radio Hunter stream. Very good. Well, thank you very much for coming in. You're more than welcome. Henry Martin Rogers. Hello, sir. Happy New Year to one and all. Is that water I'm drinking? Exclaims Audio Al. It is indeed. Okay, Ray, we'll be here when you come back. Very good. Very good. So let me see. All the names that I've seen in the chat tonight so far, I'll read them out. Right? And we can see how many we're missing. I think we're still missing 1 or 2 people. However, we've George Donaldson, Roundy Mooney, Robert Cross, Jerry BVR, Ray Bourne, _ Patrick Bourne. Let me see. Who else have we got? Bass Gibb. Kev Bay, of course. Mrs. Odgenodge. Can't forget her. Really can't forget her. That could end up badly. Yeah, it's not 3 degrees and snow. James D. Brightway, Audio Al, Murig, Grid Runner Shack, Harold Spencer, of course. Yeah, wonderful. Grid Runner Shack, with a new vintage telly, when is a smell a bad smell? I have an old Fidelity telly which I picked up recently, and there's a hot but not burning smell seems to be coming from the yoke. Should you worry? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'd be surprised if the yolk was getting overly hot though. Just put your hand on it when it's on and say, might get warm, but it shouldn't be melty hot. But if the picture's okay, especially linearity wise and no disturbance, I don't think you have a problem at all. Maybe it's just, but I did clean the chassis. Yeah, resistors, of course, are hygroscopic and they can be a bit smelly if they haven't been used in a few years. George says it's pretty cold in Athlone. It's always cold in Athlone. No, what was Athlone? It always rained in Athlone. That's what it always did in Athlone when I was down there. Just rain and rain. Anyway, Grid Runner, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Let it develop. Kev B, run it for a while and see if anything happens. Just keep an eye on it. Exactly. It's not a magic smoke smell, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, I only know too well what you mean by that. Rain's inside the houses here. Yeah. No, the Midlands always get the rain, all right. Absolutely. Mury Hailstone. I hope you're keeping well, sir. I had a garden in me near the river the other night. Oh, the garden in, yeah, I think you had a river in your garden the other night with the monsoon rain. Yeah, there was some rain. Yeah, we've had a few across the mains caps go in the house, which causes problems. Reefer caps are the worst. They are. They are indeed. We've had a few of them. There's nothing like sitting down watching 15-1 or something. And then the next thing, plumes of white smoke come pouring out the vents of your television set. Lucas jars of magic smoke. Oh no. Rowney, hopefully 'tis dry tomorrow and I'll get a bit of outdoor work done. Walked the dog this morning on the beach and there must have been 1,000 people there. Oh yeah. They're all trying to blow out the cobwebs, aren't they? All the people who went a bit mad last night. And there's plenty of them. I believe there was uproar in Dublin City last night. Did you all do a dip this morning? Did you do a dip this morning, Rowney? That's right, you have to jump in the sea on New Year's morning. Apparently that's a thing, I don't know. Bang! Radio Cruncher, welcome aboard, sir. Contests are in the house, so we won't go down that road again. Each to their own. Once you don't start calling CQ across the chat, I don't mind. Wonderful. That's the New Year's resolution. Sort of get more exercise. Bet they won't be there tomorrow. Indeed, they won't. Not at all. These things never last long. you know, great intentions and all that, but it never lasts long. Dear, oh dear. We've 26 likes with 37 watching. We're nearly there, Roundy, but we're not quite. It'll be back to us old reliables within a few weeks, Jerry. That's it. Half the town of Youghal is out running since the Iron Man came. Ah, very good, yeah. Ray is back in the chat. CQ contest, CQ. 5.9 here, 7.3 is. What number was I though? You didn't tell me what number I was. I can't fill in my little square. What am I going to do? Ah, go man, Roundy. Has anyone here had issues with fake components, and where do you buy your components? Are eBay sellers safe, or should I stick to Farnell? I think it's a lucky dip, but I must say, and this is a conversation that I had with this is a conversation I had with Michael Dranfield when I was over with him, you know, about fake components and whatever. Now, it depends what you're getting. Sorry, no number, then you're not in the log. It depends what you're getting. Like, all my capacitors I buy them all on AliExpress. And I haven't had an issue with any of them. And I suppose I'm nearly 10 years buying them there now. So I haven't had any problems. It depends. But there's been problems with fake components from Farnell and RS as well. But, you know, so it depends what you're looking for. If it's some sort of, if they're normal passive components like capacitors, resistors, stuff like that, even standard transistors and stuff, you're going to be okay. But if you're looking for something a little bit oddball, a little bit, you know, then you could be in trouble. AliExpress is great if you're prepared to wait. Yeah, if it's a thing that has to get knocked out, then you're going to pick up the phone to RS and then pass on that cost. But otherwise, for the crap that I'd be messing around with here, I can wait 2 or 3 weeks. It's not a big deal. Unless it's for something quality. Yeah. Although it doesn't bother me that much if it's for myself, because if it does go wrong, I can repair it. And I don't care how much you can spend on a 0.01 capacitor. I don't hear the difference. I'd stick with recognised suppliers except for stuff you can't get elsewhere. Lucky today, mostly silicone stuff. Good man, Kev. Everything's getting very expensive nowadays. Well, that was my next comment I was going to come to. Yes, things have gotten quite expensive, even on AliExpress or that. You know, you can see the prices have crept up to where they were 3 or 4 years ago. You know, I used to go on and buy 100 caps for, you know, $5 or whatever. You'll find it hard to get them for that now. Caps and resistors, buy them cheap and test before using. Exactly. The price and availability of components have gone mad. Yeah, well, it's the availability thing is becoming even more so of an issue. In all walks of life. I had to buy a new radiator here for the bedroom that I'm doing up at the minute. The old radiators are in the house. They were in the house when we moved in, and they're probably 30 or 40 years old. And of course, they're all rotten on the inside and half blocked. So slowly, we've been changing them out, you know. So I said I'll stick a new radiator up on the wall, and I may as well have been looking for heroin or something, trying to buy a new radiator. It's unbelievable. You can't get anything. In the end, we ended up going to B&Q. We went to a few of the, you know, builders, providers and that. And they were all saying 4 or 5 weeks for a radiator. Nuts. But that's, you know, there's other problems there. I've recapped God knows how many motherboards, satellite receivers, etc. from the electronic multi-packs over the years. Not had an issue yet. Yeah. That was electrolytics have gone very pricey as well. Yes, they have. It's mainly capacitors, and I agree, Kev. Test before using. I've had no issue with eBay sellers like little diode. Yeah. Jerry said, Banggood messed me about too often. You order stuff they don't ship and cancel when you chase them down. I never actually no, I'm telling you a lie. Years ago, I had a Banggood account, but I got rid of it. I started using AliExpress, and I'd say I'm using AliExpress probably 10 years now. So I wouldn't be bothered with Banggood. And there was another one as well, Wish. Wish is another one, but I just like the way that AliExpress is laid out, and that it's more user friendly. I think. I don't know. I think if Banggood is still going, it probably is. Radio Hunter says I usually use Nichicon. Oh yeah, good brand caps, but they are out of stock all the time, so we have to shop around for different types. The Wort one have a good spec, and see, I didn't know Wort were doing caps and stuff like that now. That's interesting. Graham. Little Diode has good stock, but knows how to charge for it. Well, that's the problem. They know if you're going on to buy something a little bit oddbally, that you're there because you can't get it anywhere else, and they're going to charge you on the day accordingly. That is the problem. George says that eBay a waste of time since Brexit, cheaper from Radionics now. Well, that's true. Without getting into politics, because you know I don't, but buying from the likes of the UK or whatever on eBay has turned into a mess here in Ireland, for obvious reasons. Whether that changes again in the future or not, we'll have to wait and see. I think they will have to come to some sort of an agreement. Robert Cross usually does his shopping from RS or Farnell's. The only snag with Ali is the search is useless. It is a bit. I've noticed that, Jerry. You do have to do a bit of scrolling to find what you want, and then another bit of scrolling to find what you want at a reasonable price. Jim Gordon, I watched our earlier video about the speaker problems with me 808. Oh yeah. Definitely needs a better speaker and build quality. Yeah. It's a price point thing though, isn't it, Jim? At the end of the day, I have it 3 years now. It hasn't given me any grief. Now I know other people that have them. Trev from Scotland, who does be in the chat sometimes and is a subscriber and friend of mine. He had a D808 as well, and he's had a few problems with it over the years, and I think it's gone wrong on him again. He had to change a transistor in it there a couple of years ago. And then he had some other issue with it as well. It's gone nuts lately for him. It's not working right, unfortunately. Whereas my one has just worked and worked and worked. Now, as I said here, when I got this first, Texan PL330. Excellent little radio. Build quality, much the same. I think it's a little bit ergonomically friendly than this one. That was about 50, 55, something like that. This one was about 65. Now this is about 65. And now this one's about 80. So prices have gone up. But to have a single sideband capable radio with airband and this and that and the other on it and RDS display, for the money you're getting a lot of radio. Yeah, and they do work very well. But yeah, right, the speaker could be a little bit better than it. I was a bit disappointed with the flimsiness of the speaker, especially of the frame. Like it was bending. Banggood is still going. Not used Ali yet. Do they do PayPal? I believe they do. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, Graham. I believe they do. Let me see. You'll find some bizarre things on AliExpress. You do. Yeah, it's like the dark web of stuff. Oh, there! I just noticed one of me lights is burnt. Oh, two of me Christmas lights have burned out. Oh, that's not good. Are they on the same set? I might pull one bulb out and then that'll say the other. Yeah. I'm sure I have replacements, though. I do. I scrapped the set not so long ago. We don't want to be overrunning them. So, have we a red one? Yeah, we've a pink one. That'll do. Running repairs here. I see we've George Christophe in the chat as well. George, I might need to get you to come over at some stage to lift this AR-80A up onto the bench. What colour is that? That's red. There shouldn't be a green bulb in there. We'll put a clear one in. I really should put a diode in series with these as well. Yeah, we're back in action. Oh, there's another one gone over there. Oh, that's not good. There we are. I don't see any more gone. We're looking good. Now, make sure and put these in the bin and not back in the box, or that'll cause us problems. Now, I better catch up with the chat. Not me. I'm not Batman's pal either. Mine is a pretty good common name in Scotland. Lots of China stuff they're making today. Not the same as they were years ago. Yeah. Lifting things is easy, says George. I never seen anyone pick up a radio that heavy the way he did that day. AR-88, I think most people here will be familiar with what an AR-88 is. I think are they 83 kilos or something like that? I don't know. They're bloody heavy anyway. And George, no, I thought he was going to carry it out together. Like, and George just picks it up, right? And I reversed me van to the back, to the door, you know, and he just poured it, and the fucking tires just went flat on the van. Oh, great. Only 358 days till Christmas, folks. Thanks, Norman. What happened to safe isolation? Safe isolation? Yeah, I didn't lock out, tag out either. No lockout, tag out or nothing. No, I'm going straight to hell for that. Gridrunner Shack has to go and tell bedtime stories. Okay, Gridrunner, we shall talk to you again. We might be still here if you come back down, but if not, take it easy. We'll catch you in the next one. Kev B had to carry his downstairs into the basement. Not fun. No, it's going to stay there forever though, isn't it? It's not going to go back up the stairs. One light fuse is the rest remain lit, as it says in the Christmas light boxes in the 70s. Yeah. And then another one fuses then about 10 minutes later. And then another one fuses about 5 minutes later. And then another one fuses about 3 minutes later. And then there's a mighty big flash, and that's the end of your Christmas lights. £100 weight. Well, what's that? There's 2.2 pounds in a kilo or some nonsense like that. It's heavy. 50 something kilos, I think there might be. That's grand. Yeah, and they get brighter and brighter. They do, yeah. 45 kilos. Dave Rhodes. Hi, Arjun. I watched your video on the XH data. Seems to remember Oxford Shortwave Log had trouble with his after about a year or so. Had mine for 3 years, and apart from a broken kickstand, it's okay. Yeah, I've had no issues with my one so far. Now, it probably doesn't see as much use as, Oxford Shortwave Log. If anyone doesn't know, Oxford Shortwave Log is a YouTube channel as well, which, needless to say, logs shortwave stations in Oxford. But very interesting, and you get some excellent catches. So best to replace them immediately. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I passed it on to someone else, nearly hired a forklift to get it back out. JD, how good a restoration job can you do on Sansui amplifiers? Well, I don't know. All depends. I have a bit of Sansui stuff here actually. I don't believe in replacing all the capacitors and all that kind of jazz if they're not, broken and stuff. But I have for other people for the price. Yeah, Clint. Great channel. Yeah, he is. JD, they should be readily repairable, but it depends on the unit. Yeah. Well, of course, it does depend if they have some SDK module that you can't get your hands on without it being some faked rubbish. Now, they are something that are faked readily, unfortunately. Jim Gordon says, I forgot to wish you and Mrs. Odge a very happy new year, and a very happy new year to you, Jim. Until relatively recently here in Scotland, it was more popular than Christmas. The amount drank was incredible, I should say so. JD asks, what is your best brand amplifier you like listening to? I don't know. I don't really listen to amplifiers. I listen to the music that comes out of them. I never really think about the amplifier. Here in the workshop, we have a combination stereo amplifier, and it's a NAD from the early 70s. It's a NAD 7030, and this is a wonderful machine. 2N3055s in the outputs, proper old school. It sounds great. We'll just turn it on here for a second. Pick up, little lines here and there. Yeah, nice bit of kit that. But as George Christophe says, I listen to the music, not the system. What have I got in the house? Maybe if Mrs. Odge is still watching, she'll tell me. I have a little tiny amplifier in the house. It's a trio, I think. Or a JVC. I think it's a JVC Novico. I'm not sure. I'll ring her and ask her. She might not be... Do many people bring in faulty items to you for repairing? No. Well, I don't run a repair business. I'm only a hobbyist these days. Hello, Mrs. Odge. Yeah, go on with the record player on it. Solid state stereo amplifier trio KA 2000A. It's a trio KA 2000A amplifier. Here, I'll put you on speaker so they can all hear you. Hello. Hello. Yeah, and what's the name of it? It's a... What's the turntable again? It's a Technics. What is it though? Technics SLD 202. SLD 202, yeah, and that's a direct drive turntable. It's a lovely bit of kit, that. Yeah, direct automatic. Oh no, she's a snazzy with a kit. That's a lovely turntable. So that's the story. All right, I'll say goodbye to you and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye bye. Good luck for now. Bye bye. She was watching. But yeah, so that's what I have in the sitting room. JD asks, can I also repair cars? No, I hate working on cars. Absolutely hate working here. Is that the one with the sloped front? Has it got a sloped front? I'm not gonna ring her again, am I? Yeah. I think the front might come down at a bit of a slope, and then you've got your pitch control on your left, and your speed control on your right, the two buttons. And someone tells me if you push the two buttons in together, you get 78, but it's not. I don't think I've ever tried that. Kev B has a couple of SLD 202s. Great deck, yeah, they are. The direct drive, no rumble or anything out of them at all. Yeah, there is a slight slope on the front. I'll tell you what breaks them. What's broken on mine is the two lugs on the plastic cover go down into the hinge, and one of them is broken. And that's a common on them. So if you get one, and those lugs aren't broken, you're onto a winner. Quad amps are very robust and great sound. Yeah, Quad made good stuff. George Donaldson, a big fan of receiver and amps. He is. He's phoning the boss. Oh yes. Trio weren't bad at all. No, they weren't. And then the other amp that I have, which is pretty much the same size as that Trio one, is a JVC Novico. No. Yeah. I get mixed up with that much bloody crap in the place. In the 80s, I had an amp, and the guy 4 floors down complained when I had it on loud. And it was an Amstrad. How long did the output last? George is about 15 at the moment. Has about 15 of them in at the moment. Where did I learn fixing electronics? In the television shop up the road from my house with my late and dear mentor, Mr. John Twombly. It was just over a year gone now, sadly. And that's me and him and the shop. And happy old days. And he closed the shop in 2018. And he was 81 when he closed the shop. And I wasn't a bother on him. And he was in pretty good health up until a couple of weeks before he died. He was still out playing golf twice a week, driving the car, all that. He was some man. Sansui stuff is pretty good, to be fair. Sansui would probably be at the higher end of. Oh, Mrs. Odgenodge has sent a picture of my record player amp setup for me to share with all of you out there. Now, let's see. Will it focus in on this? This is a test for the camera now. I'll get my mush out of the way and then it might focus on it. See that? That's the setup in the corner of my house. With the Technics turntable and the little Trio KA2000. She's a fine bit of gear, that. How many people have we got watching now at the minute? We've got 42 people watching. What's the record for number of people in a live stream? Mrs. Odgenodge? Mrs. Odgenodge will tell us. I'll send on a... Oh, yeah. Shout it to him instead. With buttons on, yes. I have an SL 1200. Both buttons give you 78. And there's a holder for the 78 head shell to swap over. Ah, very good. What's your favourite things? Bush valve radios are my favourite things to work on. Well laid out, simple. Straightforward designs. Made with the engineer in mind. Jim Gordon says, concerning amplifiers, I remember in the mid-80s at a St. Patrick's Day concert in Glasgow, the PA started crackling and then loudly announced, this is the North American service of Radio Moscow. Oh dear. Looks like you had a bit of RF breakthrough there somewhere. That's what it is. It's just an old locker, bedside locker with the door taken off the front, and the records fit perfectly into it. It's an excellent little setup. JD's in Australia. Good man. So we have a viewer down under. 42 viewers now. Or 41. I'm seeing 41. But around that anyway. Most I'm seeing is 44 people. I think I'm behind you as I clicked out of the video. Oh yeah, we'll just skip ahead to the front. It is hot here in Australia. Of course, it's summertime in Australia. We forget up here that it's summertime down there. They're getting baked out at this time of year. George Christophe has got lots of audio stuff, but hasn't set up because he's no space. I think that's a problem a lot of us suffer from. Kev B needs to get rid of some hi-fi stuff too. Yeah. Audio Al tells us he has a very rare Shure M65 valve preamp. Fantastic smooth sound. What valve is in it? Or valves, if the case may be. Maybe an EF86 or something like that. George says the most he's ever had on live is 9. You'll have to take an evening slot here as well, some evening as well, George, you say. Radio Hunter tells us the most he's ever had on a live is 99. You'd think they would have broke the tone. Mid-40s is very good. Yeah. We're doing well. 12 AX7s. Sounds like a tasty little bit of kit, that. George is a dual output guy. The desk amp is a NAD 3130. Room amp is a Crown XLS202. That's not one I'm familiar with. Mid even, yeah. Mid rather than mod, yeah. I feel sorry for America. 40 people died. There's, yeah, minus 40. Unbelievable. See where people had to break into a school. George couldn't be bothered. That's all right, George. All the more for myself. Absolutely. Right, I'm going to go on a little break and I'll be back in a minute. And I feel I shouldn't leave you in silence. It's not fair. I should leave you with some, radio goodness here, So, where's my Chinese Jimi Hendrix tonight? I think you're out. You're in luck, lads. Yeah, nice fading up and down. Nihoi Gallagher. He's one string Telecaster. This can be like a little experiment. We'll see how far she drifts by the time I get back. It'll probably be on a totally different station. It's drifted off completely, has it? I don't know why they drift so badly. Let's see now if we can get this right. I know, I think I did a bit of a job on the chair. It's not quite as bad as it was. Chinese pop music, rather nice. Even the radio can't stick it. Wonderful. Let me catch up with the chat here now. JD's having a sandwich, a ham and cheese, and a cup of tea and a smoke. So what more could you want? It's probably the middle of the day down there, is it? I love that. Ni hao Gallagher. That was class. Plonk, 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 plonk. All along the Great Wall. It's time consuming enough making the videos and editing them. Everyone wants to be a YouTuber until it's time to edit. A lot of time, I just do a live to get time-lapse footage for a video. Very good. Off for an Erta. Okay. I find Mooney Mooney says, I find a lot of them are just doing lives now, George. Some of them who get a lot of super chats, especially. Ah, yeah. Just distortion, better than China FM though. You missed the sheep fence. That'll be kicking in soon enough, as Roundy says. A lot of YouTubers burn out after trying to feed the YouTube time vampire, yeah. Jim Gordon says, a commode? No, I'd rather not. I need a bigger fridge too, and a jacks. Yeah, maybe. He must have fixed the chair. Is it a new one? No, I know it squeaks a bit. Of course, the other thing is this microphone probably won't pick it up as much as the old setup, you see. Chair's banjaxed, but sure, you know. It drifts because it's rubbish. It doesn't, it's not, well, I wouldn't say, well, the Eddystone EC10. Well, ask, who else here? Radio Cruncher. Graham, you have an Eddystone EC10. What do you think of yours? What did I do for Christmas? We had dinner in my in-laws' house, and then we came home and watched the telly. EI3GD is in the chat. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Robert Cross is back. Robert's after banging in €1. Thank you very much, Robert. That's very appreciated. Thank you. Good man. Thank you. George is asking Ray how is his cutting. George Mustafi says he has Eddystone 740s. Still drifty rubbish. 740, not too bad. I have 3 740s here, believe it or not. I think they're all 740s. Are the 840s or 740s? I have a couple of 840s here as well, and they're no use. Actually, I'll tell you a lie. I've one 840. I gave the other one to Trevor in Scotland. EI3GD is Ray as well. That's right. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you were talking to the other Ray. Yeah, no, I knew he was Ray as well. There's so many of yous here. You have a... Does everyone speak like that in Ireland? Probably. I don't know. We wouldn't notice. She drifted out the door. Drifts, yeah. Am I off to drink for the new year? I'm just not arsed at the minute, to be honest with you. I'm preferring the water at the minute. I go off it, you know. You get sick of drinking this. I'm not a big drinker anyway, to be honest. All the gear, no idea. Oh, well, Chris, we were just discussing that. What are we going to see this year? Well, I'll tell you what, we might see one or the other, but the AR88, we have to fly Mr. Christophe over here to lift it up on the bench. Of course, you witnessed him picking up the radio and chucking it in the back of my van like it was a packet of crisps. Dry January. No, I don't go in for that. If I feel like a drink, I'll have a drink. I'm not going to not have a drink just because of what month it is. Technical question then. A few people are familiar with the EC10 here. Why does it drift so badly, especially as it's supposed to have a stabilised supply to the oscillator section? Because it drifts really badly compared to some. Like I have a Perdio, something or other shortwave radio with an RF stage in it. You know, transistor radio. Pretty much the same setup as the EC10, only it's not in the fancy case. And it's an excellent transistor radio, and it doesn't drift half as much. Or it doesn't even drift noticeably compared to the EC10. But the EC10s are well known for it. But Cheap caps that are heat sensitive. You wouldn't think that the ones in the Perdio are any better, although we could look. It's interesting though. You know, for a radio that, you know, with the stabilized power supply to the oscillator and all, you know, they went to the effort on making it not drift. It drifts like hell. You know, it can drift maybe 7 or 8 kilohertz from cold, which is bloody noticeable on shortwave. Cheap caps that are heat sensitive, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Graham said he's considered a dry January, but he's had a whiskey to contemplate it. Yeah, sounds nice. So is Chris, altogether no idea, working on any more videos at the minute? I know he's very busy with work. We were talking about that when I was at the Goblin. I've decided to give up the bills for a while, see how long that lasts. Good man. Jim Gordon says he saw an RGD brand radio on eBay. It's an old UK brand, Radio Gramophone Development. That's right. I worked on one of them a couple of years ago. And you remember them? I worked on an RGD 750 for someone. Yeah, maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And it was part of a console radio amplifier. And you could get it, a matching record player, and a matching television, 12 or 14-inch television as a set. Serious engineering in a beautiful radio, really, really nice. RGD, incredible. Weighed a ton. Ray says the kids got him a bottle of whiskey for Christmas. He can't let them down. No, certainly not, Ray. Robert Cross likes a glass of whiskey too. Good man, Robert. Chipmunk is here. Where were you hiding, sir? Oh, we've got a right collection of people here now. I'll do my little thing that I always do. I will read out the participants at the minute. Oh, we've got a right collection of participants. The chat's obviously flying, so we've got Altogether No Idea, Soymap, I'm pronouncing that wrong, AI3GD, Ray, George Christophe, George Donaldson, Jerry, JD, Jim Gordon, Kev B, myself, Radio Restorations by Colin, Radio Cruncher Graham, Robert Cross, Roundy Mooney, and the Chipmunk. Wonderful. The chat is hopping tonight. This is incredible. The Radio Cruncher, Glenmore, he drinks that Scottish stuff. Oh, no. They spell whiskey wrong, you know. You spell it with an IE, lads. Come on. No, I prefer my Irish whiskies now. A nice drop of Redbreast now, and you're laughing. Those switches, I did see earlier on. I was only in at your live for a couple of minutes. Writer's Tears, yeah, we've had that actually. A friend of mine is big into whiskies. He sort of collects them and that, but well, he collects empty bottles. Oh dear. Yeah, those bloody switches, they're a pain. Or I hate them like that. That drive you to drink. You don't want the bottle of Writer's Tears beside you when you're not acting like that. Northern Ramblers in the chat as well. Good evening, sir. It looks like I have all the radio gears on here tonight. Radio guys, even more so. Yes, it does indeed. I have relatives who won't touch Bushmills because it's a Protestant whiskey. I love the stuff. Oh, Jesus. Oh dear. Well, I have a bottle of Bushmills in the gaff there as well. I've actually got a bottle of Black Bush as well. So anyway. I came across a whiskey called Sheep Dip once. Oh dear. FTA. Ah, yeah, that old data stuff. We can listen to some FTA on the EC10. We can, right? Well, I hope we can. Let's see. Let's see, can we get some FTA for George? You know, we cater for everyone here. Zero there. Let's see. Now, George, don't say we wouldn't look after you, pal. I love FTA. It's great. Do you know? I thought it was like a little chill. Better than sharp music. Well, that wouldn't be hard. You can slip it and slide it. You can spin around with it in you and all that. Release that and shine and they'll be all over it. If this turns into another one of these, that's it. Release that in China. It will be, yeah. FTA is for radio amateurs to let their computers talk to each other while they go out for the day. FTA, Earth. Oh no. Any radio broadcast without Jeremy Fine is okay. Driver, film, shortwave is in the chat, by the way. When you're the amount of SSB work in the log I have, come back to me then. Yeah, that's the way I'd look at it, Ray. It's each to their own. And the thing I have to say about amateur radio, that you know, it's a thing where, you know, it's mutual respect and understanding of each and everyone to their own thing. You know, it's wonderful. What do I think of internet radio? I don't know. It's just radio stations on the internet, isn't it? It's not really radio. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I don't have an internet radio. George is 46 years licensed now. Fair play to you, George. Yeah. All right, George. All right, George. Let's see. Who else have we got here in the chat now? All the gear, no idea. Driver, Sharpwave Film, EI 3GD, George Christophe, George Donaldson, Jerry BVR, JD, Northern Rambler, Restorations by Colin, Radio Cruncher, Robert Cross, Roundy Mooney, and the Chipmunk. Everyone should take the license. It's good fun. Yeah, I think so. And the thing with it is, you can take it or leave it. If you get fed up with it, you can turn the radio off and leave it there. You can come back to it then. 40 thumbs up. Nice one. How many thumbs down, JJ? I don't know. I can't see that. Doesn't show me that. It only shows me thumbs up now. Does it matter? They all count as a metric. I passed the, of course, yeah, Roundy passed the IRTS many years ago, no, but never went the extra mile. I will though this year. Good man. $16 years ago. You don't see that. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. 16 years, huh? It's amazing how time flies. Radio license in Ireland. In Dublin and surrounding counties, you do it in the Comreg office. And then I think they organise on the same day hotel rooms in the larger cities around the country, depending on how many people want to get it. I used to operate a lot, but got sick of the competition stuff. Still a great hobby, yeah. I noticed a lot of YouTubers pushing people to make a comment. Is this a new thing with the algorithm? Oh, I don't know. The only thing I said earlier on is we've 36 people watching at the minute, but there's only, 20 people commenting. So I just wanted everyone to say hello or something, just so we see all the people that are here. I don't know if it makes any difference to the algorithm or not. George Donaldson did his cornflakes box in 2008. Good man. I did mine in 2017 maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. I know I did it, and then I had the bit of paper there for ages and ages and ages before I actually sent it in for the license. Kev B got new tools for Christmas. He needs something to try them out on. Sounds good. Jerry says, comments have always been a thing. The more interaction, the more YouTube pushes the video. Very good. Contesting is the way forward. Maybe I'll have a go at a contest sometime, just for the crack. The algorithm will push your content based on interaction. I don't know if it will or not. I think it all depends. I don't think not anyone knows really how it works, because I don't know. I mean, look, let's be honest. YouTube is it's a thing for alphas now. It's going out with the fairies. I think the place where it's all at now is going to be TikTok. I think that's going to be the next thing now. TikTok and all them kind of things. Mike Gardner's here. Hello all. Happy New Year. Hello. Happy New Year, Mike. Kind of thought they were pushing it lately. Well, I suppose some of them always want people that will be for various reasons. In the case of this stream, it was just to get people talking. Exactly, Brownie. AI3, good man, George. Got mine in 86, I think. Yeah. Live streaming is not great for growing your channel. Probably not. TikTok, in my opinion, Jerry, I suppose it depends what you're looking at on it. Set it on full auto and head to the shed. An FTA contest. Do they have contests on FTA? I don't know. Anyway, TikTok will fail. Ultimately, vertical short format videos don't work for all content. No, probably not. Apparently, TikTok is the only one growing strongly at present. I'd agree with that, though. All the gear, no idea, is going to bed. So we will all wish Chris a very good night. And we'll see you in the next one, Chris. Thanks for tuning in. Irvine70. Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. George Christophe says, I took the exam in July 85, had to wait 3 months for the results before I could apply for my call. Basically, Kev, it's how many contacts you can get, and whoever gets the most contacts in the most areas or whatever is the winner. Apparently, OnlyFans is where it's all at. Yeah, but you'll have to pay big money for that. I usually spot a clip on TikTok and then later watch it, the full thing on other media. Oh, yeah. George and stuff you kept be. It's where you shout and talk as many people as possible. Yeah. Make as many contacts as possible in a window of time. Hold on. George, you're telling them you're 5 and 9 asking for the call. Thanks very much, Robert. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. Chipmunk says, OnlyFans is cool. I'm a great admirer of the centrifugal ones. I have to look into that. Radio Country, I've been licensed in 1894. Jesus, you were one of the pioneers of radio. That's some going. Oh, Mr. Christophe. Oh. We don't use ropes anymore. We have long wires now. Oh, great. Yes, the car. A bit of wet string works wonders. Oh, indeed it does. Yeah, how's your spark gap? You have to keep them balls polished up, don't you? Dear out there. Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going in for a minute. I might get something a bit nicer than water, actually, to be honest with you. Now, lads, boys and girls, that's a bit better. I'm going to have a little glass of Redbreast instead. Drank enough sparkling water for one night. I'd be like a bloody plant. What did I miss? Did I miss much? Let me see, where am I? I've got a wet whisker. You want your wits about you with valves? Ah, not at all. Valves will never catch on. Witchcraft. RF is voodoo. There are any number of young boys available to carry messages. What do we need? What need has one for wireless? This is mad. I'm in bed having a QSO on YouTube, sipping me whiskey, and Mrs. is watching out Africa on the telly beside me. Technology, eh? It's something else, alright. Most radio amateurs want valves in the linears, yeah. A pair of 3500Zs, good man. Kev B doesn't like working with RF test gear. Be interesting seeing a flat TV with valves, wouldn't it just? Invest in valves, better than gold these days. Indeed. I've got an ECC 83 from Mullard sitting up there, you know. 10 years, I reckon I'll be able to buy a house with that. The Drake L7. Of course, our friend down in Athlone has a bleeding pile of them. What's going to happen in next few years? Radio stations go off the bands. That's upset my thinking about that. I wouldn't worry about it. I think I should think that people will fly to Jolly Roger and make their own medium wave radio stations. My 19th set is more stable than that Eddie Stone. I need isolation and Verdiac before I go near valves, though. Depends where you stick your finger. Isolation transformer doesn't always. I think it gives people a false sense of safety. Verdiac, well, it depends what they're doing. We all build transmitters, Robert. Exactly. I don't think that. I am looking forward to the future of medium wave, long wave, AM radio in particular. Optimistically, I think I would like to see what they have in Holland. So in Holland, they have a situation now as all the major AM broadcasters are gone. There's no broadcasting on AM anymore, but they opened up the AM band where you can apply for a 1 dot license and you just fill out a form and then you have a radio station and there's no problem. And there's loads of them in Holland. And then there's quite a lot of high-powered pirates in Holland as well. Holland seems to be a hotbed for radio piracy on AM. So I'm not too concerned. I think there'll always be something to listen to. Mine will still do the 2 full 2 gallons into a dummy load, of course. Yeah, of course. 12 ECCs for over $1,000. Was it a matched pair or just one each? Or And then the reefer cap let all the smoke out. Oh no. Mine are still in new in boxes. The ones in the amps may have over 100 hours on them, but that's it. In the immediate term, we'll probably lose RT1 on Radio 4. A well put together Bluetooth mod works too. Yeah, that's true. Right, I'm off. Shift finished. Driver Film Shortwave, take it easy. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one. Matched pair. Oh, yeah. Audio foolery. Solid state amps are very popular these days, but big money. Yeah. I have a few solid state CB amps, all right. Yeah, very good. I'm just looking to see if any more bulbs gone since, but we seem to be looking good. That's the favourite word. Oh, directional. Yeah, well, you need your gold pin plug sockets and your gold pin IEC sockets. And I also seen a thing there a while ago where they had little tiny pylons to lift your oxygen-free copper going out to your speakers off the ground, right? Because, you know, you don't want the ground interfering with your speaker cables. One of my linears had a resistor issue. It really should have discharged the oh no. I don't like the sound of that. Don't forget the skin effect, that's right. Gold plated bulging connectors, 300 quid on eBay. Oh, stop. I wouldn't mind building one of those high-powered solid-state RF decks. Yeah. Some carry on alright, the audio foolery though. It's amazing what people will spend money on. Well, people have it to spend money on. I believe the Japanese especially are mad into it. They go crazy for all that stuff. Absolutely nuts. So who have we got here still? Yo, chat slowing down. Let's see. Who's gone asleep? Who is the participants in the chat? If you haven't been in the chat in the last 3 minutes, you won't be mentioned in this. Underscore Driver Film Shortwave, he's gone to bed. EI3GD, George Mustafi, George Donaldson, Kev B, Norman Donnelly, myself, Radio Cruncher, Roundy Mooney, and the Chipmunk. Radio Restorations by Colin is still here. This is I clocked out. And Kev B. The CD shaver. Oh, yeah. Really, a twin and earth makes great speaker cable. And AudioWal. AudioWal's still here too. AudioWal's name alludes to the fact that he probably does something with amplifiers for a living, or sound, or something, perhaps, maybe. Mike Gardner's still here too. Hello, Mike. Jackie Chan in the chat bio. Hello, Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan. Techmoan is cutting back on his vids. Why is this, I wonder? I wonder why he has. I don't really watch I watch some of his stuff, but not a lot. Oh, you see this bulb I got lately? I'll show you this, right? I'll give this a quick run up and you can tell me what's coming soon. Oh, you tell me. What have I got coming soon? I don't know. Whatever. I've got sorting out my shed, which is turning into a job that should have been a week and it's turning into years. We have some interesting stuff coming up over the year, though. Techmoan is poorly. Oh, he's not well. Oh. See this weird looking blue bulb? This is I can't read it now. It's obviously a photography lamp, right? Reflector flood, photo eye, Japan, 230 volts, 500 watts, right? And it looks blue, but it's not blue when you power it up. Robert Cross is after banging in another €2. You must have something, John. Thank you very much, Robert. That's very kind of you. There's no need to give me any more tonight now, by the way. But that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. You've been more than generous tonight. Probably got most of these were used. Well, I don't know. You say between a 3 and 4 hour life, but I mean, we have these infrared ones for the tortoise, and there now this one's a fairly low. This is only 150 watts, but we do have a 500 watt one of these for the tortoise, and I've had it for years. So let's see. Anyway, I have it hooked up here to me. I have a light that I usually have on here, which shines at me, that takes the pasty look off me, you know. But I don't have it on tonight. I think the Christmas lights do wonders for my skin tone. However, I have this plugged into the Verdiac, so we'll see how bright it gets, right? So there we are, 80 volts, looking bright, huh? 100 volts. I can feel the heat of it now. 170. Well, you know what the gas thing is about this bulb? I got it in a bin for bulbs in work. I just seen it. I thought it looked interesting. This must be blown. When I brought it home and I tested it with the meter, I thought this is interesting. I'll have to run this up, and it's not blown. So here we are, 180 volts now. I'm looking pretty good now. Yeah, I know it's a fairly hefty Verdiac, to be fair to it, Kev. I think it's a 500 watt Verdiac, maybe 1,000. It's a fairly hefty one. That's 213. Now the Verdiac overruns as well. So let's go for gold, right? What's that? 157 volts. Some light, isn't it? Right. That's enough of that. That's too bloody expensive. Oh dear. Exposure has improved, alright. No, it's not a UV light, it's just a daylight light for photography. But interesting. An E27 CRT, yeah, disco bulb, yeah. Missile filament bulbs, yeah, daylight bulb. I have one 100 watt in my dim bulb because you can clearly see the filament. Yeah, and it's probably, doesn't blind you. Most of these photo flood ones were very short-lived. The surprising thing to me, John Ward connected a 110 volt lamp to 240 volt, and it survived for several minutes. We were messing around a couple of years ago with a Verdiac in the bus garage, my Verdiac, which I brought in. This one actually, because I did a bit of a job on it, and we connected a 24 volt 5 watt bulb to it, and it didn't blow till we got up to nearly 100 volts. It was bloody bright though. 500 watt, I could smell the Verdiac. Oh yeah, I read that. Chipmunk has a 4 amp Verdiac. I had a 10 amp Verdiac here at one time. Like photonic induction. He came back and then he vanished again. Whatever happened to him. He came back and he made some very interesting videos. And then he disappeared again. Interesting chap. Hates washing machines. That's all the super chat spent already on that bit of electricity. It probably is. Oh dear. Yeah, photonic induction's some chap, alright. He's busy and he lost his interest in YouTube. Yeah, well, that can happen too. You do what makes you happy. If you can't be arsed, you can't be arsed. That's for sure. I found a photonic induction fan as the customer once. He recognised where I got it from when I said, "Where's my hammer?" Myself and Ray and Carlo used to be in the horrors at that lad. Yeah, he was some man for wrecking stuff, alright. That big, huge Verdiac he made, he had it in his attic. I'd say the ESB bill for him, or the electricity bill for him, was fairly scary looking. Chipmunk says, I still remember when he said to his mate, "Stop doing that, the street lights are dimming." No, I don't think he was ever banned off YouTube. He married an Indian lady after the first wife bailed on him, couldn't get her back to the UK, last I heard. Last I heard, he did get her back into the UK and got all that sorted. And that's why he wasn't on YouTube. That was in one of his last YouTube videos he made. He went into detail about that. Do you get RF breakthrough at your location? Not particularly, no. No, not particularly. On some of the cheaper radios, the like of that ATS-20, RTA and long wave messes up the front end a little bit, alright. Hey, some boy, alright. The AM radio thing, like Holland would be great. Wouldn't it just, Jackie, yeah? That would be some going, alright. That's what I would like to see here in Ireland. Standard 100 amp single phase. God knows what he had in the main fuse. You'd wonder, alright. I wonder did he ever get in trouble with the old electric board. Underscore is getting his ATS-20 tomorrow, so he's going to have a look at it. Yeah. He won't be long about hacking it. Apparently he's some mad hacker fella. Computers. Will she zoom in on me from here? Will she see me from here doing this to zoom in? She won't. Come on. Come on. Doo, doo, doo. Asper. I have a Fox ME 20-watt transmitter. What's that, Al? Is that an AM transmitter or what is it? George has thought about writing to the controller of Ofcom to ask if they would allow 100 milliwatt unlicensed and higher power licensed. It's a crystal controlled medium wave transmitter. Very interesting, Al. Very interesting indeed. Have you ever run this into a dummy load just to see does it work? It will be interesting. You're dealing with bureaucracy, so unlikely in the immediate future. There are a couple of pirate radio stations in Ireland, And of course, one that was featured here a couple of weeks ago on a live, Power AM, 1440 kilohertz. And he's been running for years without any issue at all. So Audiowal uses it to listen to his radios. Very good. Very good. That sounds very interesting. He's been running for years without any issue at all. So I don't think the authorities in Ireland are too concerned at all about medium wave. Once you're behaving yourself and not causing any interference. Night, chaps. I'm drifting into the Zeds. All right, Ray. We'll catch you in another one. Take care. Mind yourself, pal. In southern England, they'll probably execute you. Who knows? Yeah, maybe. Maybe when the rest of them have left medium wave in the UK, the landscape might be a little bit different. Yeah, but you never asked permission, JJ. The mistake is asking someone to make an official call on it. Exactly. Well, one of my things was always act now and apologise later. I'm up in front of Rowridge transmitter there. Oh dear. Forgiveness rather than permission, absolutely. Yeah, them days are long gone now, Al. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, George, yep. Hung, drawn and quartered. Robert Cross says, I'm picking up all the UK medium wave where I live, no problem. I'd say Robert has a good setup where he is, and he's probably in a RF quiet area, no switch mode noise. We get quite a selection here. We can have a quick listen if you're interested. Let's zoom out again. It doesn't stop. It only has 2 zoom levels apparently on this thing. It either's in all the way or out all the way. It doesn't halfway. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's see what's on medium wave now. And of course, this isn't the best machine to be. It's good, but it's a bit, it's not the Kenwood R600 either. Starting at the bottom of medium wave, working up.
È molto proprio, no?
That's Caroline.
Absolutamente horrorosas. Uno de los mineros.
The Spanish always come steaming in at this time of night.
Somebody who did it so much better than us, Hilary Mantel.
Radio 4 and 720. Radio Scotland on 810. That's Absolute Radio. Don't know what any of them are, but that's Manx Radio. That always steams into, of course. That's Gold. Let's spin back down. You think they could have fitted the whole of the medium wave band into one? Anyway. That's Gold, but it clashes with another station in the UK as well. They're playing Nights and White Satin though. Right, and let's see if there's any Dutch pirates on. don't know what that is. No Dutch Pirates on tonight. That's odd. Anyway, that's a view of the medium wave reception situation. Robert Cross picked up a strange radio station on long wave a few nights ago. What frequency was it, Robert? Did you catch? Do I get Radio North on 846? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll dig out the Kenwood R600 and I'll put it up, throw it up here. We'll have a listen to that. And I can dial it up on that. There's no point trying to dial anything up on that. That's the frequency markings on that are only a reference. They're not a This here is my trusty Kenwood R600, which shortwave listeners will be familiar with. It's a good little tug. It's a good joke for the bog. And she'd pull anything in the low gear. Now. My sea lead. Doo-doo-doo. We've a long wire up, so we'll put it in the high impedance jack. We'll give it an air. Now, what was the frequency you said to me? Radio North, 846. Not tonight, anyway, by the sounds of it. is 224 Poland? We can go down to 224 and have a listen. A few NDBs. Yeah, 224 is Poland. Okay, George, good night. Take care. We'll catch you in the next one, George. George Johnson says he made a video about making a dipole for FM out of copper pipe. It's one of his most viewed. Interesting, all right. I actually seen that video, George, if you're still there. Poland is 2-2-5, and I said 2-2-4. Well, let's not her up one. That sounds better. Have you any more frequencies for me to look for the Robert? Or if anyone else has a frequency they want me to have a listen for, I'll see if I can get it here. We did try this a listening night, but it turned into a disaster. But it's something that could be resurrected. That's right. It was the tallest man-made structure in the world. And then they were tightening the guy wires and they did something wrong and it fell down. 235 kilohertz. I think that's Luxembourg, isn't it? Or around there. I think isn't that finishing tonight? New Year's Day. Is it Luxembourg that's finishing tonight on medium wave or long wave? I think today is their last day. That's 235 there. I think that's Radio Luxembourg. And I believe they are finished today on long wave. She's 234, yeah. It's staying on for an extra day. Look at that. Listen to that signal coming in. Beautiful. How can they be thinking about getting rid of this technology? That's so important, especially at times like this. Such a shame. These people are very short-sighted. Very short-sighted. Right, 173, Mr. Christophe. I can hear something down in the noise. $153, that's Radio Romania, I think, these days. Getting about an S4 on that. I actually remember, it's not that long ago that Luxembourg finished on 208 because they were renting it out to the Chinese, believe it or not. And it used to finish at 12 o'clock every night. And I used to listen to it. And they used to play the national anthem of Luxembourg at midnight. And it was strange how they used to do it. So it would be Radio China International. And then a minute to midnight, it does cut across whatever program was on. There was no announcement or anything. And it does cut to the Luxembourg anthem and then go off. And I think it was around 10, 11 years ago that it closed down for good. Radio Mooney is the list in front of him. Of course, we can hear the transmitter on a loo, but it's not modulated anymore. And it's about an S8. $171 is Morocco. Yeah, I can hear some sort of music there, all right, but I think the switch mode power supply noise is getting to it. It's down in the noise. It's not even an S1 on the meter. But I think if it was somewhere quieter, I'd hear it. Alan Hurst. Hello, Alan. All right, give me another one then. I know that Iceland are on 189 and 207. And they're coming in tonight on 207. Listen. They're about an S5. That's Iceland. Actually, we'll go for narrow because that's better. We're getting a bit of bleed from Radio 4. Wait. I can't hear 189 though. But I can hear 207. Yeah, S5. S5 on my clock. There's 216 there, something. But the problem is our friends in Clarkstown are overloading.
Przywitamy najsłynniejszymi standardami światowej muzyki. Wśród nich będzie polska perełka. Słuchać ich będziemy, dyskutując o nieprzemijających wartościach muzycznych. Zaprosimy też naszych słuchaczy do składania noworocznych życzeń. Muzyka nocą tuż po północy. Zapraszam, Sławek Drygalski. Studio reportażu.
Luxembourg is coming in really well tonight on long wave. I wonder have the boys turned up the transmitter or something for the last night. I don't need them output valves anymore. Drive the bollocks out of it. Such a shame. And of course, RT Radio None is 20 over 9.
And now, for the first late date of 2023, we say...
Yeah, and there's nothing north of RTE and Longwave anymore, to my knowledge. There was the Czech station on 270, but they're gone. .216 not on your list? Well, there was definitely something on 216. Definitely. Now, that's not to say it's not an image in this thing. Then we're into NDBs. That's Garmentstown, I think, OB. There's Radio Caroline coming in. S9. Wonderful. No Dutch Pirates on tonight. They must be all gone to bed. That's mad. George is missing that now. Radio Monte Carlo on 216. Anyway, that's enough of that. Right, lads, it's after 11 o'clock. This is where I pull the plug and say goodnight. It's been interesting. The first live stream of 2023. Thank you all for joining me and making it an interesting evening. Probably one of the most successful live streams we've ever had here. It's early. It might be early for you, George, but not for me. This is where I pull the plug. So I'll catch you again in the next one. Good strong stream. Thank you very much, Roundy Mooney, for all your help, by the way, in the stream. Mark NTL. Hello, Mark. Radio Cruncher. Ray Bourne. Good night, Ray. And I'll see you again, Colin. Mike Gardner. Thank you. It's been fun, George. It has been fun. Thank you. I'll catch you in the next one, Jerry. Airvoyant 70, good night to you all. Thank you. Kilsop Brackley, good night and Happy New Year. Thank you. Underscore, good night. Have we anyone else? Place your bets. Marks NTL, good fun. Take care, mate. Participants that were mentioned in the chat. Underscore, Alan Hurst, Audio Al, George Mustafi, Jerry BVR, Airvoyant 70, Jackie Chan, Jim Gordon, Kev B, Kilsop Brackley, Marks NTL, Mike Gardner, Norman Dundee, myself, Radio Restoration by Colin, Radio Cruncher, Ray Bourne, Robert Cross, of course, Roundy Mooney, and the Chipmunk. I now have to wait for the live chat to come back. Come on. Good night, everyone. Thank you all very much. Contest and rules. Yes, get your score sheets in and we'll send out your little plaque. Right, take care. Good luck.